Let's talk about what to hand out to somebody when you're door knocking. Doesn't matter if you're door knocking at an open house, just as it just sold, your farm area, wherever this is, this one thing, this one flyer, and I'm going to tell you what you need to put in it and probably where to build it and how to do it. Look, I've been door knocking consistently for a very long time. For the first 7 years of my business, I door knocked almost every day. I loved canvassing, door knocking, handing out flyers. So I can tell you from personal experience and still doing it today, not as often. Okay, I probably go now once a month just to my community, my area. I still love it. The key thing is having something to hand out, not coming empty-handed, even though people that you're engaging with won't look at what you give them initially. At least they won't know what it is, they won't read it until you point it out, but it gives you a pattern to interrupt, because as you hand something out, usually they'll extend their hand and you can start talking to them. Now, you can door knock around anywhere you want. I've been door knocking, like I said, for years, and this is specifically for you to hand out something of value, to connect with people, to add them to a newsletter, or for them to remember you to call you back later. I'm Tristan. This is Your Daily Real Estate. Thank you for jumping in again. At the bottom, at the top, I don't know where this is, description, wherever you're listening to or watching this, there's a link to join the newsletter. Please join it. It goes out every Friday around 5:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Anyway, let's talk about this. I used to hand out a flyer that had the comparables, just listed, just sold, and maybe some information of the area, like what in total sold, what was listed, what was on the market last year, how are we doing this year in comparison to. It was a two-sided, simple black and white flyer. I handed that out for years. Now, at the beginning, I wish I would have captured people's information, asked for them to be part of my newsletter, but I didn't. For years, I actually didn't. Now, I do. I have 80,000 people on our newsletter. This is just consumer-based, people that are looking to buy, sell, right? Wherever they came from. They're all over our area. And it does very well. I send out routinely to it. Now, the key to building out this newsletter and to having people call you when you're door knocking is to hand them something of value that they'll remember. Now, when I knock in the farm area, in the community that I have one simple flyer, one-sided, and it's a directory. I know you're like, Tristan, are we talking about your directory again? I'm like, yes, we are. This is how important a directory is, because it provides value for the homeowner right where they're at. Where are we? I'm living in a home. I need maintenance. I need repairs, and I might need improvement. And you're giving me that in one simple flyer. And it might not have all of the directory there, because it also has a QR code that scans so that you can go to my full directory. And I have a full directory built out on Canva. I have a template for it. Let me check, actually. It's a simple template. I'm checking live. And yeah, I do have it here. It's green. I don't know why we picked green for the template, but listen, if you need the template, just message me. I'll send this over to you. And sometimes I get bombarded by many of you, which is a great thing, but it also delays me in sending things out. So just be patient with me. I have a feeling everyone's going to request this one because it's a template. Here it is. People, it's called the Local Legends Template. I've only got an example of 7. But you can see first name, last name, field, electrician, plumber, contractor, whatever you want, company name, their email, phone number. And I have a QR code that leads people to this, to my full version. For you, when you're giving out this flyer, have a QR code and then have samples of, like, you've got a few electricians, or maybe you just want to pick 5. Gardener, electrician, plumber, roofer, and I don't know, cleaning person for the house. The point is, You're providing value, and you're meeting me as a homeowner where I'm at. So the door knock would be knock, 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 right? And if so, we live in a different world where ring, right? It's like, hi, who is this? I'm like, hey, it's Tristan. If they go through ring, hi, it's Tristan. I live in the community, or I'm a local, and I'm handing out this directory of all the service providers we use. I'm a real estate agent. Do you want me to just leave this in at the door for you? And then they'll tell you. But if they open the door and they want to talk to you, that's easy, right? You step back a little bit. You're like, hey, I'm Tristan. I'm local to the community. I live up there, or I live 2 streets down, or I'm over here, or I'm doing an open house here, whatever you want. But I've got this directory with me of all the service providers, or some of the service providers that we've used in the past, and I'm handing it out to all the neighbors, right? Just to give them some value. Would you like it? And if you scan the QR code, you'll get the rest of the directory. And then as you start talking, this is what happens. You start talking, and then they say, oh, that's awesome, or no, thank you. But as you start progressing in the conversation, you have an opportunity to ask them, well, Joe, since I'm talking to you, and you've got the directory, Joe, have you used anybody recently that has done amazing for you? Right? And then we're going to go that route, which, by the way, we talked about this multiple times. When they go that route and they give you somebody, well, now you can call them and say, hey, I've got a directory. I want to add you to it. Usually you have 3 or 4 companies of one type in here to give these people that I send this out to a selection. And then, can you do me a favor though, Mr. Plumber, since Joe sent you, can you give me a person that's recently used you that would vouch for you as well, so I can get 2, right? And then you call them, and then you give them this directory. The point is, the directory opens up the door not only in front of you, physically, like literally opens the door. I've got a directory. Here it is, value. People keep this. They need it. I want you to lead with this, not only in person, but everywhere you go, have a directory. I want you to build a directory, please. And if you need a template, let me know. I'll send it over to you. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe and share this with somebody you think may need this. These things are super simple, but they require work and consistency, and they definitely work. Have an awesome day.